Hi everyone, this is Reed. Today we're going to dive in and answer the question, what is business analytics? The definition of business analytics from the James Evans textbook, Business Analytics, is the use of data, information technology, statistical analysis, quantitative methods, and mathematical or computer-based models to help managers gain improved insights about their business operations and make better decisions. That's all great, but let's break this down into the different parts of this definition to really explore and better understand what business analytics actually is. The use of data. Data at its most basic level are numerical facts and figures that are collected through some type of measurement process. This measurement process could be as simple as you going outside every day and measuring the temperature and humidity levels and writing those down. The information that you collect there will be data. Information technology. Information comes from analyzing data, that is, extracting meaning to support evaluation and decision making. So once you write down the temperature and humidity, you can then look at the two and see if there's any relationship between them. That insight would be information. Technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. Statistical analysis. Statistics is a summary measure of data. So for our weather data, if you could tell me the average temperature, that would be a statistic. Analysis is detailed examination of the elements or structure of something. So this would be going deeper and providing understanding from the data that you've collected. So together, statistical analysis means studying and evaluating summary measures of data. So this would be looking at the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation and other statistical measures of your data. Quantitative methods. Quantitative methods are those research methods that use numbers as its basis for generalizations about a phenomenon. So what does that mean? Quantitative methods, at its most basic level, are using different things that have been created, algorithms and things like that, to really gain a better, deeper understanding about your numbers. Mathematical or computer-based models. A model is an abstraction or representation of a real system, idea, or object. They can be created using words, formulas, graphics, or software. They can be simple or very complex. Let's take a moment here to look at a couple different models to help build a better idea of what a model actually is. So a simple model can be condensed into simply words. So if we open up this link, we can see that there are 4 different models for healthcare systems. And you can read these on your own time when we post the PowerPoint. But basically, what these 4 models are is they look at a healthcare system and then will define it based just in words. If you notice, there are no numbers on this page really. And this is one of the most simple types of models we'll be looking at. A graphical model is a little bit deeper. Obviously, these are much easier to understand than the verbal models we just looked at. In this Bismarck model, these 3 boxes will give you a very general idea of what the Bismarck model is. Generally, for learning, graphics are more easy for an audience to understand. So if you're giving a presentation, if you have the option to either use a verbal definition or a graphic, it's often better to use the graphic. However, graphics can quickly become complex. So this is a complex graphic model example. And as you can tell, there's a lot more to this one than the 3 boxes we saw for the Bismarck model on the last slide. But for an appropriate audience, this would be very meaningful. Again, this may not be something you want to include in a PowerPoint presentation, but if you're publishing a paper where the audience has time to really study the graphic to gain insight, this would be a worthwhile tool. And finally, there are computer simulations. So what this is the probability for wind speeds in different areas. And the way they do this is through hundreds and hundreds of measurements based on history, and from all of that information they can build an algorithm that will help them predict where the storm is going to be moving. And as you can tell, there's some areas where they're very certain that there's going to be tropical storm force surface winds, and other areas where there's about a 5% chance. And again, all of this is gained through measurements, historical data, and predictions based on the current weather patterns. Let's jump back to our definition. So a mathematical model is a formula or combination of formula, and a computer-based model uses software to make the math easier to handle. To help managers gain improved insights about their business operation. As you learn in your management classes, managers are people who are responsible for controlling or administrating an organization or group of staff. So at the end of the day, it's a manager who's going to decide how to approach a decision, and it's the analyst's job to provide the managers with the information they need to make the best decision. And this leads us to insights, which are the capacity to gain an accurate and deep understanding of someone or something. So what the analyst is providing are insights. And then business operations are an organized activity involving a number of persons centered on commercial activity. So this is what a business does. And finally, all of this goes together, and the end purpose of business analytics is to help make better decisions. A decision is a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. And obviously, when making a decision, it's not only business analytics that will be used, but business analytics will give a quantitative basis for improved decisions. So let's summarize our definition using human speak. Business analytics is using a bunch of tools and techniques to look at facts and figures about a business to provide the people who are running the business with the best information possible so they can make good decisions. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we will break business analytics into 3 subcategories.